Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, please make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at hookah_anonymous_. Alright, we're able to be a little more explicit, a little more uncensored, and share content freely without running the risk of having our channel terminated. So, once again, make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at hookah_anonymous_. Alright, now let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, once again, for y'all that swear I got this underlining hate or whatever for Lil Durk, and just because I call out the BS, you know, I know a lot of people feel like that, but that's never the case. When it comes to this case, actually, him beating it is a wonderful thing. Let's not get that confused, right? I always tell y'all it's two things I'll never wish on anybody, and that's jail or death. However, that don't mean that we're gonna sit here and ignore the obvious neither. Alright? Now it's been revealed to the world that the case in which Lil Durk, King Von, THF Bayzoo, and the DJ at the time was charged due to a shooting that took place February 5th, 2019 at the Varsity in Atlanta. Now it says Durk was charged with criminal attempt to commit murder, aggravated assault, being employed by or associated with a criminal street gang to conduct or participate in criminal gang activity, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, and possession of a firearm. Now also, see, before we even get into it, now if y'all pay attention, the part where they said being employed by or associated with a criminal street gang to conduct or participate in criminal gang activity, that actually also runs the lines of a RICO charge. Alright, and O Block, they already got their RICO that they're dealing with. I don't know, I just peeped that. But anyway, y'all keep that in mind, right? Now, King Von, the rest of them was charged the same. It was revealed that the charge was dropped officially by the Shade Room and also DJ Bands, who was Lil Durk's current DJ, who tweeted out that the charge was dropped as well as confirmation. Now, the document that the Shade Room put out there, it looked like a court document, and it says here, in the Superior Court of Fulton County, State of Georgia versus Durk Banks. It's a decision now. Oh, so it says, the facts of the case have been reviewed, and although it appears that probable cause existed for the defendant's arrest, the decision of the district attorney at this time is not to prosecute the above named defendants for charges arising from case number. They didn't put the case number. The reasons for the decisions are as follows. Usually they'll tell you their reason, right? But it just says prosecutorial discretion. Now, we're going to talk about what that is too, because that's big. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to explain why. So, prosecutorial discretion, right? The definition is, it goes as follows, is an established practice of law. This lets law enforcement and prosecutors choose to not pursue criminal charges. With this power, prosecutors and law enforcement officers have the authority to preserve the already limited resources available to them. Minor violations of the law can be overlooked to pursue more serious crimes. Pay attention. Now, also, it says, when do they use prosecutorial discretion? Prosecutors may have a variety of reasons for using prosecutorial discretion. One reason that a prosecutor may decide not to file charges against the defendant is a lack of evidence. But, however, we do know that they actually have these guys on surveillance cameras. You know, so it can't be that. But anyway, I'll let y'all conclude that. So it says here, a prosecutor has the burden to prove beyond a reasonable doubt any charges they file against the defendant. So if the evidence isn't there or is shaky, they may decide against filing the charges. Now, prosecutorial discretion also allows prosecutors not to file charges, to drop charges, or to offer a plea deal when the circumstances surrounding the crime warrant it. For example, if the facts and evidence indicate that killing was actually in self-defense, which could be a close call in some cases, the prosecutor may reduce the charge from murder to manslaughter or even drop the charges entirely. But we do know, once again, that that's not the case, because the evidence that they have against them that we knew says that they were the aggressors. You know, they got him on camera shooting, you know, a firearm. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, it could be a mixture of reasons, as we know now, due to prosecutorial discretion in the definition. So judging from the part where it says minor violations of the law could be overlooked to pursue more serious crimes, right? That could possibly mean that they also could have other charges and don't want to interfere with it due to this case. And I say that because we all know the RICO that has happened in O Block as well. So is it a possibility that they let them skate off on these charges because they may have them involved in the RICO and don't, who knows? I don't know. I'm just chatting right now about it, but something doesn't make sense, right? And then when you look at the reasons for them dropping the charges, it says prosecutorial discretion. And like we just, you know, seen the definition, it's up to their discretion pretty much. That's pretty much what it means in a nutshell. It's up to the prosecutors whether they want to keep going with it or not. But the question is, why wouldn't they? In a situation where the prosecutors pretty much got, you know, video evidence of what happened. You know, they said they got Durk. If y'all remember, right, when Durk was denied bond back in 2019, they said that the decision comes after Atlanta detectives said there is video evidence of Durk's guilt during today's probable cause hearing, where it was revealed that the Chicago rapper is seen in surveillance footage driving a car and shooting a man outside the Varsity restaurant. You see what I'm saying? So if there's video evidence, there's no escaping video evidence. You can't say it's this person or that person. You know, it's video evidence. So my thing is, who was the video evidence on? If Durk, Vaughn, and Bayzoo, right? If the charges were dropped, what were the video evidence? What made them drop the video evidence? Is it not credible enough? So now let's get into it. Let's really talk about it, right? There's a couple things, like I said, I'm not going to sit here and say these are facts. What I'm going to say is they're just from my observations, right? Now, after 2 years, no update, no nothing. When people went to go look up the case, they couldn't even find it. And then out of nowhere, the case was dismissed, right? You never even heard of Durk or any of them going to court for it. Not a picture, not a video, not a nothing. None of the IG lawyers that's always explaining these cases, just like they doing with the YSL situation, none of them even updated or spoke on it. No updates, nothing. But then it pop up that the case is just dismissed with video evidence. We all seen the video. It's a bunch of people that say, you know what, they are cooked because it's video evidence there. Somebody, whether it's Durk, Vaughn, anyone, somebody's cooked. But for all charges to be dropped, I don't know. And once again, like I said, for the charges to be dropped, it's a beautiful thing. I don't want to see nobody in jail or dead, you know. But like I said, it's just a lot of weirdness going on, especially, you know, in that whole situation over there, period. You know, now also people flooded the DMs on Instagram. By the way, if you're not following the Instagram, do so now at hookah_anonymous_, right? People flooded the DM quick to say that Durk ain't snitch on Vaughn to avoid jail time because the charges have been dropped against all of them. All right. And I understand that doesn't make sense. However, y'all got to understand that they couldn't just drop the charges on Durk and just leave the rest of the charges on everybody else. That'd be way too obvious. Way too obvious, especially if you say you had him on surveillance. So imagine, just think about it. Imagine Bayzoo, Vaughn, the DJ, and Durk, right? Imagine them all having charges against them, and the only person that had the charges dropped was Durk. Think about it. But then you also got to think too, right? Because I like to think outside the box. Pay attention to what's going on. All the charges have been dropped, but it seemed like everybody else still met some type of penalty some other way. Think about it. Vaughn's not here. The DJ isn't here. Bayzoo's locked up already for weapons, in which his situation didn't make sense neither. But that's another story. And the only person out is Durk. So really think about it. Even though all the charges was dropped in that situation, everybody else that was involved still suffered some type of fate. Right? Keep in mind, this was a federal case. when Durk had that situation that happened at his house with India, saying that India shot this and shot that at the suspects that they tried to rob their house, DJ Academics exposed that the feds was there. It wasn't regular police, it was the feds there. And to this day, we still don't even know what's going on within that case, right? And not to mention, we still don't even know why the feds was on the scene when that situation happened. If a burglary happened in your house right now, or somebody tried to come in your house and rob your house, guess what? The feds ain't coming. The regular police is coming. You know, they got certain guidelines in which the feds step in. But a situation like that, no, the feds do not come. So once again, that's another situation that we know nothing about. And keep in mind that while he had those charges pending, not only did the situation happen with the India shooting back at the suspects or whatever the case may be, O-Block and OTF members were caught up in the RICO as well. I don't know. It's a lot going on, man. You pay attention. And matter of fact, shout out to Hood Educated as well, because if y'all remember, Hood Educated called the clerk's office in Atlanta to find out more about the case. And the clerk let it be known that they didn't even have another court date for them. It was no court date. Now, I don't know about y'all, but that was definitely one of the biggest red flags for me. I already knew there was some funniness going on in the situation, but after seeing that with my own two eyes, it let me know a lot. Because I tell you right now, if you catch a case, right, you catch anything you do, it could be the smallest crime. And if you have a court date for it, well, first of all, you have to have a court date. You have to appear in court after you've been processed. So to have an attempted murder and all them other charges and not to have a court date, it doesn't make sense. Then that's a case that dragged on for 2 years. We didn't hear no updates, no nothing about it, out of the blue, just case dismissed, charge dropped. Prosecutorial discretion is the motive. Nah. Like I said, man, y'all believe what y'all want. It is what it is. Shout out to him, shout out to Bayzoo. Rest in peace, King Von. Rest in peace to the DJ. Like I always tell y'all, I never wish jail or death on anybody. But between Big Young Boy and Durk, these gotta be like the luckiest guys alive, man. It is what it is. Y'all jump in the comments, let me know how you feel. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping. And I'm out.